Now, on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. O'Connor and Company.
8:37, Larry O'Connor with Patrice Onwuka, and a very busy morning as we've already spoken with Jason Miyares, the Attorney General, and, of course, John Reed, the nominee for Lieutenant Governor. And now we turn to Virginia's Lieutenant Governor candidate for Governor, Winsome Earle-Sears. Happy first day of voting, Lieutenant Governor Sears.
Oh, happy day it is. Hey, Larry, thank you for having me on your show. We are doing this because we are common sense people.
I know it, and I got to tell you, I think that your campaign has really hit a stride over the last several weeks, and you're engaging on these issues that Abigail Spanberger is hiding from, and these are incredibly extreme and, as you say, outside of common sense. I got to ask you, is it frustrating for you that she is hiding? She's not engaging on anything. You're a Marine. You want to flush out your enemy. You want to get into the fight, and she isn't responding to any of this. It seems like she's running a shadowy campaign here.
She's hiding. She's hunkering down somewhere. She doesn't come out and defend her ideas. She doesn't come out and tell people what she's for, and that's why it's incumbent on me and the rest of us who are common sense folks to tell people exactly what she stands for. She's going to have sanctuary cities in Virginia. She has voted against the Lake and Riley Act, which simply said if you're a criminal illegally here, you've got to go back home. We're going to deport you. She has voted for nude males in our locker rooms with our girls and in girls' sports. She's erasing women. And then, of course, we know that she has voted to defund the police, as well as taken money from thousands of dollars from a PAC who said get rid of qualified immunity. So we cannot have her. She makes no sense. Is that you, Patrice? Good morning.
Good morning, Lieutenant Governor. Yeah, you listed off some really crazy things that she's stood for. I would love for you to talk from like an economic policy perspective. John Reed talked about, just the growth and the amount of businesses and savings that, your administration with Governor Youngkin has delivered to voters, because I think it's a good pushback to this ad I'm seeing Spanberger put out there where it seems like, you're not talking about Virginians who've maybe have been laid off or have lost their jobs as part of the right sizing of federal government. So talk to us about the economy in Virginia.
Right. So I'm the only one of us who has led a men's prison ministry. And I've also been the only one of us who has been the director of a women's homeless shelter. She would make it seem like I have a hard heart, that I don't care. Why would I have done all those things? And by the way, I mopped the floors of a food pantry so that it would be nice and spotless when those who couldn't help themselves came in for a hot meal. So how am I going to leave Virginians behind who don't have jobs? Of course not. And by the way, I know what it's like to lose a job. So we have created, you probably heard, 10,000 new jobs in the past 2 months. 10,000. And that's on top of the over 220,000 jobs that are still open and available, and they're high-paying jobs. And what they forget to say is that there were 800 jobs that were going to be coming to Northern Virginia, and the Fairfax Board of Supervisors nixed it. Possibly why? To say, well, we don't have jobs. Folks, don't listen to them. We have VirginiaHasJobs.com. I tee it up every Wednesday. I call it Workforce Wednesday because I want to get people back to work. And what they haven't told you is that some of those who on the federal level are not working there any longer, they have already either moved out of the state or they have taken other jobs, either in government at every level, or they have taken private sector jobs, or they have started their own business. And by the way, did I just tell you we have 220+ thousand jobs still opening for the taking? So we know how to do this. She has no solutions. And can I just tell you what happened to me this morning as I was leaving my apartment building to start my day? Yeah. I had a man verbally accost me and call me a fascist. No. And I was so grateful that I had my security there. And then he called my security guy, he called him a Nazi. Jeez. And think about who we are. I'm a Marine. I would have fought for him for his life. And not only that, but my security personnel, he's a combat Army veteran, has seen horrors of war. How dare you call him a Nazi? These are the kinds of people that are her voters. But there are common sense Democrats out there, and I'm appealing to you. Don't let us go back down that path. We were there 4 past years ago. We cannot go back that way. You saw what happened when riots were happening in the streets, when places were being burned down, when we were at each other's throats. We couldn't even talk to each other. We've enjoyed a wonderful time here in Virginia since we've been in office, since you elected us. Democrats elected us, and Republicans and independents and everybody else. We need your continued support for all the good that you have.
Well, I appreciate that, and this is the climate that we're living in right now, Lieutenant Governor Earle-Sears. If you don't agree with a Democrat, you're a fascist and you're a Nazi. I do want to ask you, one of the way Governor Youngkin won 4 years ago is that he really got the base of Republicans out to vote and really ran up the numbers on Republican voters. And to be frank, there are a lot of pro-Trump Virginians who have been somewhat skeptical of you because, like other Republicans years past, you had some critical words for President Trump. I would love for you to reach out to them today on early voting and let them know what kind of partner you would be with the Trump administration. President Trump has recently said some very kind words about you and your campaign. How will you work with President Trump, and how will you be able to be an effective Virginia governor during the Trump era?
Well, of the two of us, who is most likely to be able to talk with the president and help Virginia? Who of us has been in the White House, in the Oval Office, with sitting with the president, President Trump, to talk about issues? I've been there. I've already been there, and Abigail has not. And so we need someone who can help us in Virginia to make sure that we continue to enjoy the economic successes that we do. I mean, we've got to get out and vote. If you want to have your taxes continue to be low, where we've returned over $9 billion to you, then show up at the polls for me. If you want to make sure that you are safe and secure, you don't have sanctuary cities, your girl children are not having to undress in front of males in locker rooms and bathrooms, then vote for me. If you want to make sure that we get rid of that hated car tax, then vote for me. My opponent says that she's going to get rid of it. The problem is we could have gotten rid of it this year, but her side, the Democrats, not one of them voted for it. So she's going to have to talk to them because they don't want it. If you want to make sure that we have jobs that continue to come to Virginia, you've got to vote for me. If you want to make sure that jobs stay in Virginia, that businesses don't up and leave, because she's going to force every single one of us to join a union and to use your paycheck every time to pay for union dues, then vote for me. If you want common sense, you've got to vote for me. This is real life happening. We cannot go back. We've not come this far to only go this far. If you don't want sanctuary cities in Virginia, you've got to vote for me. If you want the criminals who are illegally here gone back home, deported, you've got to vote for me. We have found over 4,000 criminal illegals who are here, and we are deporting them because we don't need crime in Virginia. We haven't come this far to only go this far. Don't listen to the lies that she's telling you, because now she's being tricked up by them.
There you have it. Winsome Earle-Sears,
Amen.
as I said, hitting her stride and finding her voice right when she needs to. Early voting begins today, and she's ready for your vote. Lieutenant Governor, always good to talk to you. I know you got a busy day. Oh, and the rally tonight, too, by the way, real fast.
Yes, Vivek Ramaswamy has endorsed me. So he's coming tonight down in Chesterfield at Keystone Acres on River Road. Be there or be square. Doors open at 5 p.m.
You don't want to be
Thank
square.
you, Lieutenant Governor.
Thank you, Lieutenant Governor. Great to talk with you. It's 8:45.